everyone. Last time we talked about conditioning, how people can learn to act without even thinking, like my roommate,
All right,
who was
Rose.
trained to expect a gun
Yes,
after the
continue.
word alright. But it leads us to a big question. If we can be trained to act in certain ways, are we really choosing anything at all? So today, the question is, do we have free will? And what does that even mean to have free will? Let's find out together. Imagine you are picking between two things, ice cream or broccoli. Now think about it. Who's really making the choice? Is it you or is it something else, like your brain, your past, or even your mood? Free will means the ability to choose freely based on what you want, not what you have been forced to do. But maybe it's not that simple. Let's go back to our last video. We learned that people can be conditioned like Pavlov's dogs or my gum-loving roommate. That means sometimes your brain learns to react automatically, without thinking. So now imagine this. If you're trained by rewards, parents, school, and friends, are you really choosing by yourself or are you just reacting? And if that happened all the time, where's free will? Scientists have actually studied this question. In one famous experiment by Benjamin Lippert, people were told, press a button whenever you want. And while they did that, their brains were being scanned. And here's the weird part. The scan showed that there was activity in the brain about the action even before they know they wanted to press the button. So the drive to act came before the thought, I want to press now. That means the decision might start unconsciously. In another study from Soon et al., people made simple choices, like pressing a button for left or right. The researchers could predict what button they would choose, up to 7 seconds before the person actually made the choice. Their brain knew before they did. Okay, now you get to try something. Ready? Don't think of an elephant. Did you think of one? Yes, of course you did. Your brain reacts even when you tell the brain not to act. So if you can't fully control your thoughts, can you fully control your choices? It might feel like we are just machines reacting to input. But that's not all. Even though our brain reacts automatically, you can still stop and reflect, change your habits, or ask questions and say no to things. This is what some scientists call executive control. It's your brain power to take a step back and decide differently. So maybe free will doesn't mean totally freedom, but it means we are not completely controlled either. Your choices are shaped by your past, what you learned, what you've been rewarded for, your habits, your emotions, and even your biology. That's a lot of things guiding your actions. But free will might be the space in between. The moment you say, wait, I could do something else. People in therapy, especially those who are dealing with depression, learn how to actively reshape their thinking. One proven approach is cognitive behavior therapy. It helps them challenge automatic negative thoughts and replace them with more realistic, constructive beliefs. With the right guidance, they can literally retrain their brain. So even if the past has shaped us, we can learn to think differently. And that makes a pretty strong case for free will. And here's something surprising from science. Believing in free will actually makes a difference. In a big study by Baumeister and his team, some people were told, free will isn't real. Your brain just does things on its own. And after that, those people were more likely to cheat on a test, be rude or aggressive, and not help someone in need. But those who believe in free will acted more kindly, tried harder, and took responsibility for their actions. So believing in free will doesn't just feel good, it can help you be better. And that got me thinking. If your beliefs about free will can change how we act, what do real people believe? So I asked my friends, do you think we have free will?
I don't think we have free will because everything that has happened to us can influence how we feel and therefore how we want to react to certain things.
I'm not quite sure if we have a free will because I think our brain decides before I have an opinion what I want to do, but I would love to believe that I have a free will.
I believe that we do have a free will because even though our brain might be predetermined, I think that's not the case for the mind. So our mind can still decide fully what to do or which action to perform.
I really loved hearing their answers because even though they didn't all agree, it showed something really important. We all see the question a bit differently. Some feel fully in control, others feel like their habits or brain are the leaders. But most of us are probably somewhere in between, and that's totally okay. What really matters is that we stay curious, keep asking big questions, and never stop thinking for ourselves. So, why does it matter? Because if we don't have free will, are we responsible for what we do? Can we change? But if we do have some freedom, we can grow, we can choose better, we become who we want to be. We are responsible for what we do, the good and the bad. So, what is the answer? Do we have free will? Some scientists say your brain decides before you do. Some philosophers say free will is real, it's just complicated. Maybe both are right. Our brains are shaped by habits, emotions, and biology. But we are not stuck. We can pause, we can reflect, we can choose differently. And maybe that's exactly where free will is. Okay, before we end up the video, let's do a follow the mind game. Say the answers to the next question out loud and that fast as you can. What's 1 plus 1? What's 2 plus 2? What's 4 plus 4? Quick, name a vegetable. Did you say carrot? You are not alone. Most people do. Studies have shown that up to 90% of people give the exact same answer. Why that? Because your brain used shortcuts. It puts the most familiar automatic answer, often without you really choosing it. Now that you have noticed it, you can respond differently. That little shift. That's free will in action. Try it with your friends and then ask, did you really choose that? In the last video, we saw how powerful conditioning is. Today, we learned something else. Our brain reacts fast, sometimes before we are aware of it. But we also have the power to stop, reflect, and choose differently. And that's kind of amazing. Thank you for watching. See you next time, and remember, use your mind and stay curious. Your mind is your most powerful tool.